This is a blue-collar sci-fi kind of fantasy story. So think Firefly meets Mistborn with a dash of Cowboy Bebop. The setting is called the Salvage Colonies. This is basically outer rim space stations and junk worlds filled with rusting ships, floating scrapyards, and workers just trying to survive. We're talking massive debris fields filled with derelict vessels from battles long past, space stations cobbled together from scrap, and asteroid chunks and whole moons hollowed out and used as dumping grounds or worse, home. Our main character is a man named Cal Torch Riggins. Torch is in his mid-40s, gruff, missing an eye, haunted by a war he never signed up for, but who still bears the scars both mental and physical. He works at a scrapyard station orbiting a dead moon, welding up ship holes and trading the parts to smugglers who fly through the sector. His life is hard, lonely, and dangerous. The closest thing he has to friends are the grease monkeys he works with. And his only hope for getting off this rock is his beat-up starship, the Rusty Halo, which he's slowly paying off. One day, while salvaging a derelict transport vessel, Torch notices a locked cargo hold. It's emitting a faint energy signature, seems to have been added after the ship was built, like a coffin being carried on board. Curiosity gets the better of him, so he cuts it open. Inside is an advanced stasis pod containing an unconscious girl. Now she's covered in glowing veins, barely human, wrapped in old arcanic runes and synthetic armor. Torch doesn't know it yet, but the moment he powers up the ship, everything is going to change. First though, we've got to introduce the Vulture. These guys are privateers that patrol the outer rim looking for valuable salvage and easy prey. They are led by a woman known as Shrike, and they have their sights set on the same derelict that Torch just poached from the scabs. The Vultures arrive in force and quickly overwhelm the scrapyard station. Torch has to hide the stasis pod and the girl inside. In the chaos, we start seeing flashbacks hinting that Cal once worked on these very ships, that he helped build them in some forgotten black site shipyard, building vessels designed for things not of this world, vessels like the one Shrike is piloting. Torch manages to get word to his crew, and they smuggle him and the stasis pod onto his ship. But then one of his friends gets grabbed by Shrike, and it's revealed the Vultures aren't looking for the ship or the cargo. They're looking for the girl. We learn her name is Vetra. That's what she calls herself anyway. She wakes up speaking a language no onboard AI can decode. Act 2 opens with Torch, Vetra, and his ragtag crew escaping in the Rusty Halo, the Vultures in hot pursuit. Along the way, they pick up more crew members, including a grease monkey priest, a junkie pilot with a mysterious past, and a former cyborg bounty hunter seeking redemption. The goal is to get off the junk world and get Vetra somewhere safe. Cal knows the Consortium of Silence, the shadowy organization behind the Vultures, will be searching everywhere for her. The question is why, as they jump between stations, avoiding the Consortium, we learn more about Vetra. She seems drawn to stars, able to sketch out ancient constellations with eerie accuracy. The stasis ship that she arrived in is revealed to not have been drifting at all. It was sent to find Cal Riggins specifically. Her logs indicate that she was activated on a desolate world, and her first thought was to find him because he was the key to her mission. It turns out Vetra was programmed with his DNA as a failsafe guide. Whatever her purpose, Cal's DNA would help her carry it out. They managed to evade the Consortium for a while, but eventually Torch is forced to land on a hollowed-out moon, hoping to lay low in the abandoned mining tunnels below. The moon is a place called Whisper, a graveyard of derelict ships and a painful reminder of a war almost forgotten. Turns out Cal's grandfather fought here in the battle known as the Rift War. The enemy back then was an extra-dimensional horror called the Devourer. And the only weapon that could stop it was an ancient alien forge. Using this forge, a shield world was created, protecting the galaxy from the extra-dimensional rift. The people who built the forges were called the Arcanists, an advanced race who wielded technology infused with arcane magic. But they vanished before the formation of the Shield Worlds, leaving their creations behind. Now it's centuries later, and Whisper is nothing but a tomb, a silent testament to a war the galaxy forgot until now. As the Consortium closes in, Vedra begins to change. Her tech, once sleek and futuristic, is mutating, becoming a strange blend of arcane runes and ship schematics. Meanwhile, Torch is plagued by nightmares of the war, visions of himself wielding impossible weapons and battling creatures beyond comprehension. Something inside him is stirring, something powerful and dangerous. In a desperate gamble, Torch takes Vedra to the heart of the Forge, hoping somehow she can activate it and protect the galaxy. There they are attacked by the vultures and Shrike reveals her true colors. She wants Vedra for herself, believing she holds the key to untold power. During the fight, Shrike mortally wounds Torch, revealing his secret. He too is Forge touched, meaning he can manipulate machines with will alone, a forgotten gift from the war that he didn't even know he had. This is revealed via an old holographic recording left by Torch's grandfather, who was also Forge-touched, hinting that this power comes from the Forge and is meant to protect the Forges from those who would use them for evil. And evil is exactly what Shrike represents. Working for the Consortium of Silence, she and her vultures enforce the rule of secrecy, hunting down anyone who gets too close to the Forbidden's technology. Torch discovers he can draw power from the dying Forge, enhancing his abilities. With the help of Vedra and his friends, he fights to protect it. Now we're in Act 4, as Shrike draws closer to completing her dark ritual, Torch realizes the horrifying truth. The Consortium isn't just trying to stop an ancient AI god trapped in Vedra from awakening, they want to use it. They've been searching for the last Forge touch, Shrike, hoping to use his power to control the Forge and harness its abilities for themselves. And the only way to stop them is for Torch to embrace his destiny. He uses his powers to defend the hollowed-out moon and the gateway to the dimensional rift, fighting against Shrike and the Vulture. The moon is battered, but the rift itself is protected. As the battle reaches its climax, Shrike confronts Torch, realizing who he really is, the last of the Forge touch. She tries to convince him to join her, to rule the galaxy together, but he refuses. He understands now that his destiny is to protect the Forge, not rule with it. With the help of Vedra, who is revealed to be more than just a weapon, she's a living embodiment of the Forge's power. Torch defeats Shrike. The dying Forge hums with power as it recognizes its final protector, but victory comes at a cost. The Forge is destroyed, sealing the rift forever, leaving Torch and his friends in the dying moments of the moon. Suddenly, Shrike activates her ship's self-destruct, sacrificing herself and the remaining vultures to destroy the gateway and prevent anyone from following them. But in her final moments, she tells Torch that this isn't the end, that the galaxy is waking up. As the moon explodes, Cal and Vedra, now bound as a hybrid living ship being, disappear into deep space. The galaxy sees a ripple of strange lights in the sky, the signal of a new age, an awakening. An age where the workers build their own future. This is Rust and Starlight,